Hello everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here.
You still have that bat?
Bat? What bat?
One with the nails.
So for this episode of the TV Sweeps, we are going to be talking about all of the shows that I have been watching on Netflix. And there is one particular one that I am so excited to talk about, but I can't give too much away, otherwise it's just going to ruin all of the awesomeness that it is. But we'll get to that one at the very end. The first show that we're going to talk about today on Netflix is the third season of Fuller House, which is sort of only half of the season of Fuller House. Anyway, what can I say about Fuller House that I haven't said yet? I mean, this is just one of those cheesy, pathetically soft and fluffy classic 80s sitcoms that we all know and love. This show really has captured the magic of the original Full House in full force, along with all of the cast members that have returned, as well as the special guest appearances from John Stamos and Bob Saget, etc. There really isn't anything new to really explain, except for the fact that this is a show that I just cannot stop watching, because I just love that nostalgic feeling that I get when I watch this show. I will still say that the girls definitely bring their A-game. Jodie Sweetin is still one of my favorite characters on this show because Stephanie always had that amazing comedic timing. I love the fact that she is really getting her life together based on what we have already seen, because of the fact that she was suffering a major blow in the very first season that I didn't even see coming, and now it looks like she's planning to really try and find a way to make sure that her dreams of becoming a mother can come true. I would definitely say that if you are a Full House fan and you have been watching Fuller House, this season is not going to disappoint you, all except for the fact that it ended on a cliffhanger, and we still have a massive amount of this season to go. The next show that I want to talk about is one of the Marvel Netflix Universe shows, and that of course is Defenders. So after a couple of years of seeing all of these little heroes in these small pockets of New York City, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and the Iron Fist have found each other, and it is time for them to take down the menacing threat that is known as the Hand. Now, it was great to see all of these characters come together in one show, very similarly to how we all felt about the Avengers, and with a very similar formula, build them up on their own shows, cross them over a little bit in regards to references, mention a couple of things that have actually happened in the larger portion of the MCU, and then bring them together to fight a force that all of them have to fight together. But I will say that this was a little bit underwhelming, merely because of the fact that we only got 8 episodes. Even with the great Sigourney Weaver, I really feel that this show held back. There was so much more that I feel they could have done. There was so many more amazing things that I think we could have seen. I guess we just have to wait to see if the Defenders Season 2 will actually happen, or even see what the next seasons of each of these respective shows will actually give us. But it was still fun to watch. I just wish that there was a little bit more so I could truly have said that this is one of the better shows that Netflix had to offer. And after that, we got a brand new Marvel Netflix show. We got The Punisher. Jon Bernthal actually decided to put back on the skull shirt and give us that anti-hero that so many people have been wanting to see done right for so many years. Because, fun fact, The Punisher already has 3 movies to his name, and each and every one of them has crashed and burned. They changed the story around a little bit, as opposed to the mob killing Frank Castle's family. This time a secret section of the government has done so because of a similar reason, meaning the Punisher, Frank Castle, saw something that he wasn't supposed to see, and they want to shut him up by killing his wife and his 2 kids. But that's something that we already know. After seeing him show up in Daredevil, what exactly was his show going to give us? Well, I gotta say, I took such a long time to finally somewhat get on board with this show, because I really did not enjoy it. I thought that the acting was very good. I thought that Jon Bernthal was fantastic as Frank Castle. I thought that Ben Barnes was absolutely amazing. I mean, for crying out loud, Ben Barnes has gone from Chronicles of Narnia to Westworld and now to The Punisher. Holy cow, this guy has really turned on the acting juices inside of him, because he really is an incredible character to watch. But unfortunately for me, I thought that the plot was not what I anticipated it to be. I mean, granted, what happens in the beginning of the first episode, when I saw it, I was like, uh-oh, this could either be really, really good or really, really bad. And for me, it really wasn't great. I mean, granted, I feel that the message that the season gave us was a very powerful one in regards to officers in the armed forces coming back from war and trying to live in the real world just as regular people with PTSD affecting them. It was very interesting to see how each of these specific individual characters was coping, and whether it was for the good or the bad, it was interesting to see, and it definitely sends an important message to the public. But I didn't expect to get that in a Marvel show, nor did I actually want something like that. I feel that a show like Marvel's Punisher, which is really comic book oriented, really shouldn't focus on something that really should be focused on in a much more deeper and professional manner. But I still feel that when we get to the end of the show, we definitely got a great climax and a great ending, and it sort of has kept the Punisher on life support for me, and I will definitely be interested in seeing what the second season has to offer, if there is in fact a second season. My real question is what's going to happen, because there are rumors that there's going to be a Netflix show of Ghost Rider and Blade and Moon Knight, so my question is, are they going to join the Defenders, or are we actually going to get Marvel's Knights? I'm not exactly sure. And will these characters, and that includes all the ones that showed up in the Defenders, will they show up in the MCU films? I do not know. But it is definitely interesting to see a more mature, more darker tone in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, especially when we see what we're getting from the films. And the final show that I have to talk about, without giving anything away, is Stranger Things Season 2. This season is everything that you ever could have wanted and more, and this is the reason why Stranger Things is so fantastic. The 80s nostalgia, the Steven Spielbergian / Stephen Kingish tones and 80s songs, all of the characters, you can still get behind them, including all of the new cast members that have joined. It was awesome to see Paul Reiser and Sean Astin join the cast. I'm very curious to see who is going to be joining the cast in the third season, but all I can say is that ending, oh my god, it tore me to pieces in the greatest of ways. So see Stranger Things if you haven't. And that wraps up all of the shows that I want to talk about today on Netflix. Please put your comments in the box below and let's discuss either or all or nothing at all. And I will see you in the final episode of TV Sweeps Weeks tomorrow. Take care. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.